Good afternoon slash morning slash evening slash night, wherever it is where you are, and welcome back to the Traxion channel for another Traxion stream. This one on a Tuesday afternoon, not the most common stream time for Traxion, has to be said. Generally speaking, I try to do a stream on a Friday and then maybe another stream at some point else during the week. And today happens to be Tuesday for a number of reasons. But I am going to be continuing my Dirt 3 career mode playthrough. We are now on what is essentially episode 4 of this playthrough. I have thoroughly enjoyed reliving my childhood, good memories of this game. It's obviously one of the best Dirt games there has been. Could be argued to be the best Dirt game. Obviously, good arguments for it not to be as well. There are some other very high up contenders that could also take that crown. But we've been really enjoying playing through this game. I've been enjoying the company that you guys have been giving me through this playthrough. And it's just great to reminisce about these old events, these old cars, these old stages, these old event types as well. And of course, just trying to remember what actually happens throughout this Dirt Tour mode when you reach the end of each season, for example. And so far, I remember individual events, I remember certain tracks and kind of things that vaguely happen during the actual Dirt Tour mode, but I really can't remember the structure based on how it, what actually happens every single season. It's still very much up in the air for me. And the challenge has been there as well. We're playing on the hardest difficulty level. I'll actually bring you onto the game here. Now, if we go to our difficulty, I don't actually know if difficulty settings are in here. Maybe profile? No. We can view our stats somewhere. So we'll go into the career and do that. My Dirt, maybe. I guess we could at least see what we've done so far in this career mode. Hello, Pishbot. Welcome. Good to have you back along. Ready for another Dirt 3 stream? We've done 212 miles of driving on this career mode save. 3 hours behind the wheel. 5 wrecks, 17 flashbacks. You've got some general kind of stats there, and then you've obviously got career. So apparently we've only made 14% career progress. I guess that includes winning every single event, because we've done 75 career races, 26 wins, 43 podiums, 2 out of 4 season finals won. I can't believe we're only 14%. That feels like very completionist. Obviously nothing on online multiplayer. Anyway, we're going to jump into Dirt Tour mode, and we'll kind of remember where we're at. It's been a few weeks since I did this. Now, last time we competed in the X Games, we completed our second season, and we moved on to Season 3 of Dirt Tour mode. Into the first little segment, let's say, the first segment of our pyramid. We took on some events from the Scott International Skirmish, and we just did a couple. So we did Battle of the Buggies, our land rush to start things off, and we also did the LA Coliseum Rallycross. So we got a 3rd place and a 2nd place to pick up some pretty good early points in this section of the season. Welcome, J12. I feel exactly the same. It brings back such good memories, it really does. Trying to make progress. We also did the Rally Finland, apparently. Got 4th place in that one. I don't actually remember, but I'm sure we would have done it towards the end of the last stream. And then we've got our options for next events. We've got the King of California Gymkhana. We've got the Smash Attack. That's the one we unlocked right at the end. And we've also got the Riviera Open, Rally Monte Carlo. I think to get ourselves kind of bedded back in and get familiar with the controls, it's good to start with a rally. So let's start with Rally Monte Carlo, Riviera, or it's not Riviera, it's Riveria. The Riveria Open, Rally Monte Carlo. Always a good place to start any stream, a Monte Carlo rally. Hey Philo, welcome back. Good to see you again. How are you getting on? Hope you're feeling good. Stage 1, Bois Noir, and Stage 2, Gorgeous. Gorge de Pion. De Pion? Gorge de Pion? Gorgeous de Paillon. Let's do it. So a very short 2-stage rally. We've got plenty of offers in Pro, Open, S2000, 90s, Group B, 80s, 70s, 60s. Ooh, what should we do? Should we do... We haven't done many Open rallies. Maybe we should do an Open rally. We've got the McRae R4, we've got the Impreza, Evo 10, Fiesta as well. Let's go with... You know what? Let's jump in the Satnav Subaru, because that's a classic. Before we do that, I'll show you how many pyramids. We'll jump back in the Satnav Subaru as a throwback to earlier in this career mode playthrough. Just to give you an idea of where we're at, Philo. So, this is Season 1. As you can see, we've not got all of our reputation points, of course. We've not done every single event, and we've definitely not won every event. But you can see we've completed all 3 of these, and we've got gold in the final of Season 1. Season 2 was the X Games. We got gold in the X Games, and far less reputation points, actually, per sort of segment of the pyramid, but enough to get us through. And now we're on to Season 3. So we're on to the first pyramid of this. We haven't even tried the second one yet, look. No attempt at any of these yet. So we're on the first one. It's also the first time I've played Dirt 3 on this new PC, so we'll have to see. Hopefully everything just works. It looks like all my career stuff carried over, which is great. I've just very quickly set up my wheel and stuff this morning, and it seems to be working. We'll just move the camera. Thank you, J12. Sorter's here. Welcome. Welcome, Sorter. That's what we're looking for. There we go. All right. Let's take on our first rally then. Rally Monte Carlo in the Garmin Subaru. 2 stages. Nice and quick. We've got our Garmin Satnav Subaru themed Sync Mesh gloves. Shout out to Sync Mesh.
Or I'm doing one hell of a job setting up this car. Keep it up, mate.
Okay. Well, my engineer's happy. We've had previous experiences where he's not very happy in the past, as many of you will remember if you've seen this series up until now. Our engineer can get a bit sassy when results aren't going his way. However, he sounded pretty happy, so it seems like we have had some good results in the last few. Will that come to an end now? Probably. 600 reputation points if we beat the time of 137. We're running a SimuCube 3 Pro setup. Terj is here. Hello, Terj. Welcome back. Thank you so much for all of your support, as always. And great to see you again. Hope you're having a nice Tuesday. Hopefully you enjoy this Dirt 3 stream. All right. Let's do it. Hardest difficulty level. Usually it's a baptism of fire when we first start these streams, so I'm expecting this to be no different.
40, right 6, 40.
We're only going to use rewinds when we feel like we really need them.
Right 2 long, tightens.
I might make some steering setting adjustments as we go as well, because I don't have my old SimuCube presets and stuff on this PC yet, so we may need to make some adjustments. We'll just see.
60. Right 4 long into left 4 tightens.
I need to get back into Dirt 3 mode, which usually takes a couple of events, and then we get back into the handling model.
Into right 6 plus. Hairpin left. 60.
Okay, not a terrible start. Maybe not as committed as we could have been, but not terrible driving. That wasn't great, but we got away with it.
Right 6, left 6.
No split times on stage 1 because we're first on the road.
40. Left 4, right 6. 40. Left 6 into right 6, very long. Left 6 into right 6, very long. 60. Left 4, very long. 40.
Look at me concentrating and not chatting through the whole stage and not listening to my co-driver. Strange times. 124.9. Okay, P3. That's a pretty good start. 3rd place in the first stage. Doesn't happen often.
Awesome. You gotta show that to the world.
Oofed.
Put it on YouTube.
We're only half a second behind Mohammed Ben Sulayem, who takes the lead. The FIA president, back in his rally days, proving pretty strong in this game. I wonder how that happened. Mohammed Ben Sulayem seems to be the fastest AI driver consistently throughout this whole game. So there you go. Thank you, Terj. Dirt 3 is almost impossible to buy. Yeah, I don't know. Audio quite on the quiet side. Do you mean my audio or do you mean the game audio? Because we can make adjustments. But I appreciate that. Do you have the game from original sale? Yeah, unfortunately, I've got this from when I originally had it on Steam. We can adjust game audio. We can do that right now. Yeah, unfortunately, I have this game from when I owned it in the past, the Ultimate Edition on Steam. I don't actually remember, because I originally played this game on PS3, so I owned this game from PS3 way back in the day. And I don't remember how I ended up with it on Steam, but I did buy it at some point, and then obviously that just means it's in my, it's in my library. Okay, I've turned up the game audio a little bit. Just let me know if this is okay. I don't want it to get too, I don't want it to drown out anything else too much. But P3 on stage 1. Pretty good. Half a second off. Turge has a copy lying around somewhere. Nice. Yeah, it's very difficult to get hold of these days, I'm pretty sure. Understandably. But I'm sure if, you know, you'll be able to find it if you look in the right places. I don't know what the easiest way or the best way to do it is, unfortunately. But it's such a fun game. So if you find a way of getting your hands on it, even if it's the PS3 version, by the way, and you have an old PS3 or something kicking about, a way of playing it, it's absolutely mega. Just a reminder as well, difficulty-wise, we are on full 6 out of 6 difficulty, because it's done by a numbering system, which I quite like. Full damage, all driving assists off. So we are playing this game in the most sort of, let's say, most difficult or challenging, authentic way all the way through this. I think the first few events at the start of the career, we maybe had the difficulty down a little until we found our space, but I think this is the right difficulty for us. We've got to try and finish at 73 miles an hour or faster to get our bonus objective here for stage 2, but more importantly for me right now, I just want to try and get some good points on the board. So trying to beat Mohammed Ben Sulayem, trying to at least finish in the top 3 of this rally is obviously objective number 1. And this time, we're further back in the field, so we're going to be seeing our split times versus other cars. Right, here we go.
Right 6.
Longer stage as well.
Right 6 long. Care, left 3 long. 60. Right 4 into tunnel. Left 4 on exit. Right 4.
It's all settings-wise, the steering and everything's feeling pretty good so far. It's out of the box, so I don't know if I have to do too much setting adjusting.
Left 3 tightens at house. 40. Left 5. 40. Right 6 very long. 80. Into hairpin left. 120. Left 6.
Quite like the open class cars, they always feel quite good.
Hairpin right.
Split times top right.
80 up.
P4 7/10 off first, that's not
Left
terrible.
6. Care. Right 5 onto snow. 40 hairpin left.
Oh no, we're coming onto snow though. Bits of car on the ground.
100. Open hairpin right. 60. Left 6 long. Tightens late.
Of course, we're running default setups as well for all of these events, but we can of course adjust the setup.
100 up mid.
Ain't nobody got time for that today.
Long. 40. Left 6. Into right 6 plus. Left 6 very long. Tightens late into
Tightens this one. How much does it tighten by?
right 4 tightens.
Up to
Care,
P2
crash
in the
up
splits.
ahead.
Oh,
Into
someone's
the
off,
right,
look.
100.
That's cool. Is that the first time on a rally stage we've actually seen one of our opponents, like, off like that and rejoining around us?
3 tightens.
Might be.
Keep in. Care, narrows.
Fun little addition there from DiRT.
Right 4 narrows. Keep in.
Sort of inspired by WRC Evolved,
Into right 5. 60.
the old rally game.
Left 4 into Care. Right 4 cut onto narrow bridge. 80. Left 6 very long.
It's been a good stage, I think.
Into right 4. Left 4. Right 6. 60.
Still another sector to go.
Keep in. Into right 6 plus. 60. Hairpin left.
Down to third. Oh no. That could cost us, you know.
Left 6.
One corner could cost us a few spots because it's so close. That does not help either.
6. Left 6.
Ah, 2 back-to-back little mistakes and 2 hairpins.
Right 5 very long under bridge. 40. Left 6. Right 6. 40. Left 5 into right 6 very long. Left 6 into right 6 very long. 60.
Very difficult
Left
end to the
4
stage.
very long. 40 to finish.
Oh, another bit of debris. Yeah, look, we're way off. We're way off. Ah, I lost it in the last sector. Oh. 5th in the end. Mohammed comes 2nd on a 25.6. Yeah, those couple of mistakes definitely cost us a 2nd and a bit. Maybe we would have been 3rd, maybe 4th, but I don't think we would have gained. I don't think we would have been 1st or 2nd. I don't think we lost 2.3 seconds there, did we? I'd be surprised. We did finish the stage at 73 mile an hour or faster though, so that's good. But it means, we finished 5th in the event. Okay, so we did lose at least a spot there at the end. 5th is not amazing. Obviously could be worse. It's still some points. Nightscar says, crazy that you can emulate this on your Android phone now using Game Native. I've not looked into that. That sounds insane. I know that there are certain games you can play technically on a phone if you emulate them properly. I remember there was like a way of playing ACC on mobile at one point, I remember seeing. Anyway, 20 points. The force feedback's a little bit high, so I might adjust that slightly. Right, we've got a few more events from this triangle. We have King of California Gymkhana. We have the DC Smash Attack, which I definitely want to explore, and then we will unlock one more with 5 points to go. So I think let's try Gymkhana, King of California. 2 rounds at the LA Coliseum. Let me adjust my force feedback first, though. Pat tries again. I really wish they kept the money aspect of Dirt 2. Yeah, that's Dirt 3 and Dirt 2 were very different for that kind of reason. I wouldn't say that reason alone, but that's kind of one of the big contributing factors, and it's really interesting that you say that. Because I always was of the opinion going into this series, for some reason, Dirt 3 was the one for me. Dirt 2 was great, but Dirt 3 was my favourite. However, as I said during, I think, the last time I streamed this, that opinion has sort of shifted. And I might now be considering that Dirt 2 is actually a better career mode, simply because I played Dirt 2's career mode a little bit in the middle of doing these streams as well for a different project we were doing, which was a project about the best career modes in racing games. And I really do think that you could make the argument for either, but yeah, Dirt 2's money system did add that sort of, instead of unlocking sponsors via reputation and objectives, you would unlock you'd buy cars by literally earning the money to buy them, which I think is maybe a more kind of satisfying way of earning results. And obviously prize money based on results means that the better you do, the more money you have, rather than just the kind of events you unlock. It's just a different way of doing it. I don't necessarily think one is right and one's wrong. Let's try the Colin McRae Vision for the Gymkhana. The Scion. Yeah, that's fair, Pat. That's totally fair. Different style of game. Both are amazing. Right, let's see if I can remember how to do Gymkhana then. it always goes wrong the first time we do it, I think, when I play this. So let's change to chase cam, I think, so we can see what we're doing a bit more. That's not chase cam, but hang on. There we go. Okay, I was mucking around with cameras, so it's not a good start. Try a big donut. Doesn't help that I crashed. Yep. Alright, so a jump would be good. No. I knew that was going to happen. This is what I kept doing last time, if I remember. Kept hitting that wall. Getting a bit stale with the donuts, but I'm running out of kind of options here. I could try a drift, maybe? Transition to another drift. I feel like there's not that much variation on what we can do here, to be honest. Yeah, I think 4th is what I deserved. Not the greatest Gymkhana run. I was struggling to think of ideas to keep it interesting. So we just got to go to the next one and see if we can score better points. It's P4 though, in the first event. The buggies and trophy trucks were a lot better in Dirt 2. Interesting. I've actually really enjoyed the sort of land rush races in this game, I must say. But yeah, Dirt 2s were obviously fun. Yeah, jumps. I know. There was one jump in the middle I was kind of forgetting. I only did it once. I just need to keep the variety up more, and obviously now that I've set my camera at the beginning, I feel like I'd be better now if I did it again. So let's try this one. Want to win this. So we've got a smash straight away. We'll go into the donut on the right. And then we'll go into a spin. And then I want some air, or smashing, that'll do. And then drifting, so just trying to keep it different. Okay, that was a horrible entry. 2 sideways. And we're going to go over the jump. Okay, and into a donut. Oh, I hit the wall. No. Alright, want to do some smashing or jumping. That's it. Perfect. And I want to do a spin at some point now. Here we go. What next? Can't think. Another jump, I guess. Wee donut. Didn't quite get the full thing. It's fine. Into a drift. Stale. Stale. I'm running out of options. I feel like I've done everything 6 times. Third, okay. Wow, I didn't do a perfect job. It wasn't that well executed. So I think third's probably a fair result, if I'm being real with myself. Almost got into second. I was just struggling to stop it going stale, because it feels like you do everything 6 times, and then you're just trying to remember what's the thing I've not done the most recently. Like, what's the thing that's been the biggest gap?
Great work. You've become really good at Gymkhana.
Really good.
I'll take third.
It's what you say at a little girl's dance recital. You were freaking great.
I think that's unfair hype. I don't think I deserve that much hype from my engineer, but appreciate the energy. It's usually coming from my amigo counterpart that gives me that sort of energy after the events. This Australian guy is usually the one on my tail, but he's been pretty nice recently, so I wonder if I've kind of like switched the script a little bit on him. Maybe he thinks he has a bit more faith in me now. I actually didn't think I did great, but 3rd place, we'll take it. It's decent points. Okay. So it's P3. We've had a P5 and a P3 in 2 events. To get warmed up, that's not terrible. Obviously, as you can see, we've not got a single win.
Okay, nice going. You've qualified for the final.
Another day, another final.
The stands are packed, dude. Give them a show.
Do love a head-to-head, so we'll do that soon. I've got no wins on this particular triangle, but I've got lots of consistency. So 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and then a 5th. So let's do the DC Smash Attack. Try and get our gold or platinum award for this. I always enjoy these ones, I have to say. So basically, we've just got to smash... Oh, each robot you smash, hit as many robots as you can within the time limit. Be careful, as you'll lose points for collateral damage. Okay, so we've got to just hit the robot and nothing else. Nice little fun event. Podcast should be coming out tomorrow morning, Terj. Should be coming out tomorrow morning. It's currently in edit. I checked it through this morning to then before we go through our B-roll edit. So the way the podcast gets edited is we record on a Monday. Our editor Joseph on the podcast produces a kind of basic version on the Monday or the Monday afternoon, and then myself or Tom goes through it on a Tuesday, adds in suggestions for B-roll and all these kind of things, and then we have the podcast out on Wednesday morning. That's the sort of production order for the podcast. So hopefully it's out tomorrow morning. And the newsletter. There was a newsletter this morning. Yes, there was. I've got a pro tip from Pat. Do the smash when you build a ×3 combo. It's so much free points. Ah, okay. That's a good tip. Actually, never thought about that. Acav, is he playing this on PC, and if so, how? Unfortunately, yes, I am playing on PC, and I have it because I owned it on Steam before it became unavailable. So I've just had it the whole time. So that's how I'm playing it on PC. I've got the kind of Ultimate Edition or whatever it's called. Right. Let's try this. 20 points to pass. We'll stick to the chase cam for this. We've got to hit the robots and not the skyscrapers. If that's what they're meant to be. Oh, that's a slalom. Oops. Oh no, that could have been a lot better. Okay, I see. Okay, yeah, I see what I was meant to do now. So I think 30 is the maximum.
A silver medal. What a day.
Okay, 30 is the maximum, but now I know what I need to do. I'm going to try that again. It's basically a race. Okay, let's try it. $10 for Ultimate Edition. That's incredible. Good timing, Pat. Well done. Right, I know the route now. Same again, but just full committed. That wasn't it, was it? Oh, it was. And I missed a robot. Right, hang on a minute. Got confused already. I think this was the way I was meant to be going. Nope. Hit the skyscraper. Right, we'll go for gold anyway. Right, going backwards to what we did last time. And I've crashed, and I've missed another one, but it's okay. Come on. Yes, got gold. Okay, so basically you need to do exactly what I just did. Get them all, don't miss a single one, and don't hit any skyscrapers to get platinum.
Congrats on the gold medal.
We'll do one attempt. We now know it. We're going to do one attempt to try and get the platinum. I was so close. There's 2 routes, so... Cheers, Turs. Catch you later. Thanks for joining. Come on. I can afford no mistakes here. Yes, we did it. We did it. Literally by like half a tenth.
I knew you had it in you. Congratulations on your platinum medal.
Surprised. But I'm glad I did it again, because we got our platinum. I don't know what it really helps us get. I guess just reputation. 5,000 reps, so it's pretty good. There we go. Did you platinum them all, Carl? Right, we've got Rockstar Racing now as a sponsor. This was a big sponsor in the game, I remember. The Tanner Faust mobiles. Alright. We have one more challenge in this little section, which is the Skirmish Final, which is a head-to-head. I love a head-to-head, especially Aspen. Buttermilk Descent. Now, we've already done an open category run here. I think we've done a head-to-head in S2000s around Aspen before, so let's do a 90s one. And we've got the Rockstar Lancia Delta, so that's the obvious choice. Let's jump in that and see how we get on. Yeah, I can't remember any of the Gymkhana challenges until I get to them, Carl, and even then I don't really remember them. It's just, I've got no like recollection of what they're going to be. But they are a really fun little break-up in the career. They're one of the events I look forward to most. Oh yes, okay, it's this head-to-head. It's the ski resort one. For some reason, Aspen, I was thinking of something else. So we've actually already done this in the 90s cars as well. But anyway, doesn't matter. Finish without taking damage. Simple task. For the bonus, we obviously have to win the race. So let's give it a go. I don't use cockpit cam in this game because the steering wheel animation is just very off-putting when you're using a steering wheel. It doesn't match up at all with what you're doing. I should know this track by now. Just need a lap to remind myself of where I'm going.
Big jump. 40.
That wasn't great.
Left
Come on.
6.
We're up against a Falcon Escort. Sig Christensen.
Crest. Open hairpin left. Left 3 long. Tightens late.
Neat and tidy. Pretty close at the moment, I think, between the two of us, but the HUD in the top right has me as leading, and that's quite an accurate thing usually, even though it looks like Sig's ahead.
2 long. Keep in.
The HUD on the right kind of it sort of calculates things a little bit more accurately than where you are physically on circuit. Come on. We've lost the first lap,
20. Downhill.
but it's showing us as P1, so that makes me think the second lap is quicker.
Right 3 long. Keep in. Cambered. 40. Left 3. Tightens.
Might be wrong though. Come on.
Right 3 over crest.
Oh,
Right 6
bogs
downhill.
down. There we go. Dropped to second for the first time. Bog down in third gear,
Jump.
so we maybe need to make some setup adjustments for this one.
Crest. Jump. 40. Right 4. Tightens to 2. Keep in. Cambered. Left 2 long.
Come on. Oh, it's just that third gear.
80.
Too long. Nah, Sig's got this because we've got a longer line here
Very
and
long.
we're side by
Keep in.
side.
Cambered.
No, you can see the Escort on the inside.
Over crest. Flat.
We've lost. 151.9. That's us out. And actually, Ken Block, look at that. 144.8 from Ken Block. I mean, that's, what, 7 seconds quicker than we went? How is that even possible? Oh dear. Anyway, we can always come back to it later if we need more points. Have you played Autosport? Do you mean Grid Autosport? Ah, yeah, okay. So, sorry, I'm just reading the chat here. Can we just appreciate how Codemasters is some of the best UI and menu designs for any car game ever? I totally agree, Ironhide. I feel exactly the same. I think that's one of the kind of standout things from this game. I think it's such a beautiful UI design. Like, it's so full of energy and life and color, but it's also really neat and tidy at the same time. Everything about it is just brilliant. And the menu, the way the cars slide in the background, you know, if you go back to the main menu, for example, look at this. And it's the Rockstar Lancia, and then you've got that slow-mo, 4 wheels turning. You've got those kind of pyramid elements coming out the back as if it's tire smoke. It's just... look at that. Absolutely glorious menu design. So, yes, with Autosport, it's... oh, I find it hard. My personal experience with Autosport wasn't very good, okay? But my personal experience is kind of heavily weighted in a bad way to being not so good, just because of where I was at the time of playing it. When I first played Grid Autosport, I was really into my proper hardcore esports level sim racing, and I wanted to play a single player game that also handled quite kind of sim-like. And I think Autosport came out in, I don't know what year it was. It was like the late 2020s, not 2020s, 2010s, wasn't it? Or like mid 2010s. And I was just really looking for something fun and different to play that also had good enough physics and a good career mode. And I loved the old Grid games, but I think it just came at the wrong time for me, because when I played Grid Autosport, I was just disappointed with the handling on the wheel, because I'd gotten so comfortable. Yeah, 2014, there you go. I'd gotten so comfortable with those, you know, the more hardcore sims, your R Factor, your R Factor 2, your Assetto Corsa, that Grid Autosport was just not working for me. Now, I've kind of appreciated when a game is fun for its hardcore sim physics and when a game is just fun. But that was not a phase where I was seeing that difference as well. Which I'm sure a lot of you can relate to, actually. I've kind of accepted, like, I don't need my Forza Horizon game to feel like I'm playing R Factor or iRacing, because I'm having fun with playing Horizon for what it is. I'm not expecting the physics. I'm not driving it for the physics to be realistic. I'm driving it because I enjoy racing on it, or sliding the car around, or trying different vehicles, or completing it. So, yeah, I'm a bad person to ask. I didn't enjoy Grid Autosport. However, lots of people say it's an underrated hidden gem. So absolutely no reason not to try it. I think Carl makes a good point. It was fun but extremely repetitive. That's sort of what I remember from my own playthrough. I seem to remember getting to Season 2 and just being a bit like, oh, is that it? Are we doing the same thing again now? In different cars? So, And why is F1 2020 the best F1 game? Because it's got... I think it might be as well. I don't know if you're saying that because... I don't know why you're saying that. But I also would say F1 2020 is in the top 3 for me, for sure. It's just handles well, the career mode's good, it's solid. I think it's 2020 might be the first game with my team as well. So it's the first game with my team, which made it better, of course, and then obviously that's continued. It's got all the classic content, loads of classic cars, so it's good for all of those reasons. Alright, we are on to the NX Nitrous Express Shootout. So, let's just start from the beginning. Kilimanjaro Classic, Rally Kenya is the first event. We've got 3 stages. Chumvini Rise, Savo, and Taveta Descent. Taveta, I'm not sure. And we've got 90s Group B, 80s, 70s. Let's do some Group B. We'll go for the Alpine Stars RS200. 2020 was good in a controller, I think. I can't actually remember, but yeah.
You raced a clean line last race. Didn't need to fix much on the car. It's ready when you are.
That was a thinly veiled insult there. Basically, he was saying I wasn't trying hard enough and we didn't damage the car, which is maybe a good thing, but also I feel like he was essentially saying I was a bit slow and cautious. So anyway, let's try the Kilimanjaro Classic. 3 stages. We're just going to go for it. Group B as well, which is tough. Keep the momentum up, keep the turbo spooled. And we'll just see where we end up. No split times on the first stage as always. So I'm going to be driving literally and metaphorically blind into the night.
40, left 6 long, keep in. Into right 5. Care, left 6 over bumps. Right 5. Jump flat, 40. Left 6, 40. Right 6, left 5.
I'm relying a lot on the co-driver, but also the little map at the top to know what's coming up because I can't really see. That's a half spin.
60, care, water splash. 40, left 6, braking over jump. 60, into care, right 4 tightens. Left 4. Right 6. Left 4 tightens. Right 6 long.
How do you guys think this game looks?
Left 6.
Bear in mind its age. This is a, what, 2012, 2013 game,
100 hairpin
if I'm not mistaken?
60. Crest, mid, gear. 40, right 6. 80, to finish.
Okay, not perfect. Bit of a mistake early on. 5th. Okay. I think I had that one half spin, which probably cost us about a second. And we were 1.5 off the lead, so that's about right. So close, you can't afford any mistakes. Tom Harrison Lord, P1. Traction Editor-in-Chief, once again, showing me how it's done. We move on to stage 2. 2027, looking like it'll have classic cars, yes. Hope so. I like the classic cars in the Formula 1 games, to be honest. Alright, heading on to stage 2 next. But before I do that, I'm going to take my gloves off because Traxion has launched its very own merch store. I haven't mentioned this, I don't think, on stream yet. But you can buy t-shirts like the one I'm wearing right now. We've got 4 different colours of this t-shirt. You've got a white version, which I sometimes wear in videos with a black logo. You've got this kind of dark grey version. You've got another darker grey one. You've got a navy blue one, I think, as well. And a black version of this t-shirt. Plus a bunch of other stuff. So we've got a number of other t-shirt designs available for purchase. We also have mugs. So you can buy like a Traxion mug, for example, if you like your tea and coffee like I do. And we've got a bunch of other stuff, magnets and coasters and things like that. We're really just doing it to obviously get our, give you guys a way of, I guess, supporting us as well, other than just through memberships on YouTube, but also just because, it's fun. It's nice to wear merch of YouTube channels or things like that you enjoy, and we just thought, you know what, a lot of people have asked for it, so why don't we just experiment, give it a go, launch a little merch store, and if you guys are interested in checking out how much things cost and having a go, maybe order something, you can do so. The link to the shop is on the TraxionGG website, but you can also go to it via the URL shop.traxion.gg. So I just thought I would plug it a little bit, because we've launched it, we soft launched it like a month or so ago, but obviously we haven't really mentioned it in videos and things like that yet. So just thought I would take the opportunity, and because I'm wearing a Traxion shirt anyway, and we've got the mugs and stuff, I've got one here, so I thought, you know what, I'll just let you guys know if you fancy some Traxion merch or fancy having a look at what's there, shop.traxion.gg, and you can take a look. So there you go. All right, we'll get on with stage 2. Finish without rolling or spinning. Okay, does a half spin count? We will see. Looks like, yeah, so it looks good for me, says Philo, or for its time. Pretty much all Codemasters racing games since the PS3 era. Totally agree. Every Codemasters game from like Colin McRae Dirt onwards, I would say, which includes the grid games, they all have a specific look, or at least the first lot have a specific look, and they all look good. And they all age well. They're gamified, they're not like just going for 100% photorealism, but I really like that look that they've gone for. Right, no rolls, no spins. Let's go. Boiger Cat's here to say Dirt Rally is the best dirt game, but maybe the thumbnail is excluding those games. Good question. Well, I mean, the thumbnail is up for debate, right? The whole point is, what is the best dirt game? I think you can make the argument for Dirt Rally 2, Dirt 3, and probably Dirt 2. I think that's the 4, for me, that I would say are justifiable arguments. Maybe the original Dirt as well, because it's the original. But I'd say anything else, you're hard-pressed to argue. But, of course, the point of this is everyone's got an opinion, right? So it's fair. No matter what your favourite Dirt game is, you can have your own reasons, and that's all good. Ooh. Is Dirt 3 my favourite Dirt game? I think it was my favourite Dirt game. But it's really, really hard to sort of make a definitive rank amongst those top 4 for me. Dirt 3 versus Dirt 2, very close call. Dirt Rally 2.0 versus Dirt Rally. Lots of people say Dirt Rally. I say Dirt Rally 2.0 because to me, that's just Dirt Rally but better in every single way. In my humble opinion. So if it's down to me, I'm swithering between Dirt 2, Dirt 3 and Dirt Rally 2.0. That's my 3. Right, we're 5th in the splits, guys. The rally events are not going so well. Oh, there's a tree. Not ideal at all. Losing all momentum. Probably need a bit of setup work to go faster, but I don't know what setup changes to make. And over the line in a big crash. 7th. Oh, no. Not good. 126.9. That's miles off it. We're like 3 seconds off the next car in front. That is shocking. Which probably drops us to 7th overall. Yeah, it does. Okay. All we can do, I think, is get back up to 5th here against Sig and Max on a good day. If Sig and Max beat us, we're going to stay 7th. We'll give it a go, though. RBR, says Turge, the best dirt game. I see what you did there. AC Rally, the best dirt game. I also see what you did there. Ryza5 says Dirt 2 was the most fun to play. There you go. I think that's a very, very important element. If you ask me, look at that sunset. Or sunrise, or whatever it is. Finish without taking damage for our bonus. Okay. I don't think I've been too good at Rally Kenya so far throughout this career mode. I don't know if I've actually won Rally Kenya yet. And it's not going to be this time. But we'll try and get some points. Race Driver Grid, Grid 2, Grid Legends. Definitely a Grid fan, Philo. And that's totally fair. If you're talking about Codemasters games from that era. Not just dirt games, of course. Oh, that was nice. I'm going to try and be smoother with my inputs. Keep momentum up, go faster that way.
Into care, right 2. Caution, there's a crash dead ahead. Left 4. Right 4 tightens into. Left 3 opens.
The car that's crashed is recovered. You can see the 2 of them together on the map just ahead of me. So we're going to try and catch those 2. That's going to be the target.
Care, water splash, 60. Right 6, left 5.
Oh, maybe it's just one car actually.
Right 5, keep in. right 4, keep in.
How's that a right 5?
Left 4 onto narrow bridge.
Pace notes are all over the place.
Left 3 tightens into right 4, opens. 80. Crest, jump, flat, narrows.
Trying to catch the 205.
Into 4. Right 6. Left 5. Jump, flat, over track.
Oh no,
Here, right 3 tightens.
bit of a mistake.
Left 4 long.
It's the sliding that loses me the most time, really.
Cut.
Feels like it
Left
anyway.
4. 60. Hairpin right.
Yeah, first on this stage. So maybe that is the approach. Be smoother.
Jump, flat into left 3 long.
Beautiful stage.
40. Keep right over jump into jump and right 6. 60, right 6 into right 3. 40, left 3, keep right on exit.
I will start a poll after this and see if we can work out, according to the chat, what is the best dirt game. Did I win the stage? Second, alright. Second on that stage. I'll take it. Behind Max. Okay, I'll not take that. I think we jumped a few positions, though. Hopefully we jumped ahead of Sig. I'm not convinced. I think Max has stayed ahead of... Well, Max has stayed ahead of us. It depends if we jumped anyone else, like Jason or Pierluigi down the bottom. Let's see. Are we 5th? 4th. Okay, so we got Jason and we got Pierluigi. We already had UG. And we got Sig. So... Okay. Good comeback. Smooth driving it is. That's how we need to win these rallies. I will bear that in mind. Alright. Now, I completely acknowledge that Dirt is very different to Dirt Rally as a game. So you can, and I do, independently love Dirt and Dirt Rally as separate things, right? Complete acknowledgement of that. So it's very hard to pick between them. And I honestly don't know what I would do if I had to pick between them. But I don't have to because I'm making the poll. You guys have to because you're answering the poll. So I win. Okay. So. Hang on, has my music stopped? There we go. It's going to look confusing to anyone who doesn't know these games as well. Are you ready? I can't add a 5th option for other, so we're going to go with this. Answers in the poll, because I don't have to answer. Philo said, what CMR? That's Colin McRae Rally. So Colin McRae Rally was the franchise before it became Colin McRae Dirt. And then Colin McRae Dirt became... Yeah, Kevin's already answered. Thank you, Kevin. And then Colin McRae Dirt became just Dirt when Colin McRae passed away. But they continued on the legacy of those games. So that's why Colin McRae is such a big part of any of these. But they all kind of... It sort of naturally shifts from Colin McRae Dirt to like Ken Block, Tanner Faust, Travis Pastrana, all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, the Dirt series as a whole, it's just a bit sad because Colin McRae died, I think, on the week of the game releasing on its 2nd platform, whatever that was. I don't think it was the very initial release. I think it was I can't remember if it went to PC first or went to console first, but whatever the 2nd release was, I'm pretty sure, is the week Colin McRae passed away, very young in a helicopter crash, which was awful, especially as a Scotsman growing up as a motorsport fan. Like he was our, of the time, you know, it was him, David Coulthard, Dario Franchitti, Alan McNish. Those were the 4 big Scots doing business at the top level, and it was. Even though I was young, I was 10 years old when he died, I was absolutely devastated. I still remember I was reading it on the teletext, or not teletext, but the red button news, because I used to get the news through the red button on the BBC. And my mum would always, in the morning, we'd sit and have, if we're having breakfast on the weekend, my mum would hit the red button and then start looking through the news, and I would just kind of watch her looking through the news to get my own news. And it was famous rally driver involved in helicopter crash or something. I can't remember. I don't think it was immediately obvious who the driver was. It just said famous person, you know, famous motorsport fan and helicopter crasher, or famous motorsport driver and helicopter crasher, something like that. And then we obviously found out not long after it was awful. Yeah, absolutely awful on all fronts as well, because it was also his family. So there was that, and then yeah, obviously Ken Block, that was tragic. And I was working at Traction at the time. It happened overnight, so I remember waking up that morning and seeing the news, and then we immediately jumped on and played Dirt 3 that day to kind of like reminisce about Ken Block because of the Gymkhana stuff. But that was awful, and obviously Richard Burns' death was awful as well, a few years before Colin McRae. Yeah, there's something tragic there. Obviously, when you look at Richard Burns and Colin McRae, from a British perspective, it's like our two greatest rally drivers of the modern era at the time. Both of them passed away within 3 years of each other. Just awful. Absolutely awful. Two champions, though. So, yeah. How is the poll going? Dirt 2. Dirt 2 so far. Interesting. Still a few minutes to vote. Not that it matters. We'll leave it open for now. And I will jump into the next event, the Colorado Buggy Bash, the Aspen Land Rush. Now, we've already got a fair amount of points here. We've unlocked some events. Not done a land rush today. 2 races, 4 laps of Eagle Hill Rise, 4 laps of Bruce Creek Sprint in the buggies. So I do enjoy the land rush events, I must say, in this game. We'll go with Alpine Stars because it's the highest reputation, and I do love that brand. Oh, the vote's swinging. We've got some Dirt Rally 2.0 votes coming in.
You didn't put a single dent in the car last time. Now that's what I call clean driving. Keep it up.
Fully rooting now for Elfyn Evans, and I have been for a decade in the WRC since his DMAC days, where he was really kind of got it sorted out and was able to kind of put in some big performances. Fingers crossed he can be the next British WRC champion and the first Welsh champion. Wales have such a rich history, and it'd be awesome to have an Englishman, a Scotsman, and a Welshman all winning a championship. And he so deserves it. Elfyn Evans does. I think he's finished second, what, 5-6 times or something. So he's like the Mikko Hirvonen of the modern era. He needs a championship, does Elfyn Evans. However, I also now have a connection with Ollie Solberg, and specifically Ollie Solberg's teammate Elliot Edmondson. I'm good friends with Elliot's brother, so I'm also rooting very much for Ollie Solberg and Elliot in every event as well, and I want them to go and win rallies and win championships, but I just really want Elfyn to win a championship. So this year's the one. Come on, Elfyn. Hope he wins it this year, and then Ollie and Elliot can go wild and go and win all the championships for the next 10 years. And the WRC comes to Scotland next year, which is huge for me. Alright. We'll talk more. WRC. Drift a total of 600 feet in this race. 900 rep. Alright, we just got to try and win the race. Simple as that. We'll go chase cam for these land rush races because it does make it just a little bit better for kind of racing and visibility. So we've got to do some drifting as well. Does that count as drifting? Hope so. It's probably going to happen naturally, though. Maybe we should just focus on winning, not focus on drifting until we get to the lead, and then we can worry about it. Can't let Pedro Ramos get away in the lead. You can see him just up there in the distance. Don't squeeze me. Good sounds off of the buggy. That's P2. I've had a good record of these races, I have to say. Probably shouldn't have said that now, I've cursed it, but generally speaking, my results in these land rush races, especially at Aspen, have been pretty good. Oh, there you go. I've already done it. Lap 2, we've drifted enough. Switch camera for a little bit. Fireworks going off. This is the cockpit, and look at the steering wheel movements. Just doesn't match what I'm doing, doesn't look natural. We'll stick with it for a lap maybe, just to give you an idea of why I don't use cockpit in this game. Nice. Use the banking to our advantage. Keep momentum up. Right, I'm already tired of that. Dirt Rally 2.0 is taking the lead, and Dirt 2 and Dirt 3 are close together. So it's changing all the time, this poll. But it's funny because you guys, looking at those poll results, you guys agree with me because I don't think Dirt Rally, the first Dirt Rally, was as good as Dirt Rally 2.0, so I couldn't vote that as the best game. However, you could make the argument for the Dirt Rally franchise being better, and therefore Dirt Rally 2.0 being the best of that franchise deserves a spot. And then for the other games, you can make the argument for Dirt 2 or Dirt 3 completely validly, I think. So I actually understand, that makes complete sense that those three games would be leading the poll, in my opinion. Right, this has been a challenge, I have to say. Usually these Land Rush races at Aspen have been further out in front than this, I think. I've properly got to focus on this race. Last corner. Oh. That's terrible. But we're good. We're good. Right, race 1 win. We'll just try and do the business again in the next one. Farkid is counting on Sami Payari winning the title this season. Hey, Payari's come out of nowhere, hasn't he? I didn't think he was good enough, I'll be honest. He's very much good enough to be there. I just mean I didn't think he was good enough to be a champion based on his WRC2 career, his first season of WRC. Although some drivers take longer than others to sort of break through speed-wise, and some drivers take a more... Like, in the first season, depending on who you are, you either go very carefully and finish all the rallies but don't set any incredible stage times, or you set incredible stage times but crash out all the time. So that's John Armstrong, I would say, this season. That's Ollie Solberg more so as well. He's a little bit more like very fast, clearly got potential to be a champion, but is making mistakes and having issues. And then Sami Payari was finishing like 5th or 6th in every rally last season, just getting experience. And you kind of think, oh, does he have the outright pace to actually challenge at the very front? And I still don't think he's the fastest guy there, but that's many rallies. I mean, I think he had an insane podium run at the start of the season. He got like 5 or 6 podiums in a row, I think it was. And then he suddenly wins the Rally Estonia completely legitimately. And then he wins Rally Finland. Again, his pace, he wasn't the fastest, but he was right up there to capitalize on issues with... issues with like Ogier, for example, with his horrendous crash. So there you go. That net makes it feel cozy. Yeah, that's fair. Maybe I should just mute my mic and we should drive in the cockpit camera and give ourselves a little bit of a break, a little bit of breathing space. Yeah, I know, Island Moore, I totally agree. I'm glad Louise Aitken Walker's still with us. We saw a panel with her on at Knockhill. Actually, it was the 30-year anniversary? Yeah, it was the 30-year anniversary of Colin McRae's championship title in 1995. We were at Knockhill for that event. So Petter Solberg was there. You had Alistair McRae. You had Max McRae winning the rally because there was an event on. You had the Franchitis there. You had... who else did you have? You You had Chris Hoy was there, the Solbergs, Petter Solberg, Manila as well. Like, everyone was there. It was amazing. John Armstrong was there. Holly McRae was there. And there was a lot of panels and stuff like that. And there was a lot of just general... There was a dinner. You could just chat to all these people and sort of reminisce about rallying stuff. And it was an insane event. And yeah, Louise Aitken-Walker, also a legend. A lesser-known legend to the youngsters, but amazing. Amazing back in the day. All right. I will jump on for this final race of this particular 2-race championship, the Colorado Buggy Bash, and I will continue to answer your questions. Rally JSC, is it just me who has a massive soft spot for the Fords in every event? No, it's definitely not just you. They are the ultimate underdog story. Massive fan of John Armstrong, and obviously as a racing game and sim racing fan, you should be a John Armstrong fan, because this is a guy who spent years working on rally games, at EA, first of all, in Codemasters. So worked on the Dirt Rally titles, provided, his character, for example, is the face that you drive as in the Dirt Rally games, but also he was a big part of the development of that. He worked for that game. And he was also a WRC esports champion on the WRC games. And he then, of course, recently started working in collaboration with AC Rally as well on certain elements of that game. So this is a guy who's massive into his gaming and sim racing, and is now in the WRC. He's not as young as some of the other rookies, but he's shown insane speed. Yes, he's made too many mistakes this season, which can be expected, but at least he's going for it, and his stage time potential is fantastic. So definitely not the only one who has a soft spot for Ford anyway, because I also love seeing Josh do well, loved seeing Greg do well last season. And they're just the underdog story these days, because they don't have the same backing as the main factory teams that have their manufacturer backing. Ford is very much supporting M Sport, but it's an M Sport operation. Come on. So yeah, obviously really wanting John Armstrong to continue his WRC career into the future, and it's just an awesome story. I would love to see him fight for rally wins in future. I think with a big regulation change that happens next season, it's going to totally, mix up the score. And John Armstrong actually won the recent Grampian Rally, which is going to be the basis for Rally Scotland next year. He just won it last weekend. And he was up against, obviously, the likes of Ryzen and Rossell, and a bunch of other WRC2 regulars, and Elfyn Evans, who also competed. So there you go. And the British Rally Championship contingent, Max McRae and the likes. Someone asked if have you ever raced in real life traction? I have, Philo, yes. So I have, in terms of hill climbs and sprints, I've done lots over the years. I've raced many different cars, and many different types of cars, from Fiesta XR2s to plenty of different single-seaters, 300 horsepower Westfields on road tyres, kind of radical style prototypes, lots of different things. In terms of circuit racing, I started off in 2015 racing in the... Oh no. Flashback. I didn't realise. I was so distracted, I didn't realise we were near the end of the race. Let's do a wee flashback. Let's use it. Yeah, Sesks this season has been... you know how quick Sesks can be, but he's not had enough seat time, I don't think. And he's been a bit unlucky. Yes, so I raced in MX-5s. Raced in the BRSCC MX-5 Super Cup in 2015 when I was 17 years old. So I was up against Abby Eaton. Abby Eaton had won the championship the year before I joined, and there were some touring car drivers in there, like Paul O'Neill raced in the odd event, and just a bunch of amazing sort of club level racing drivers who were very, very talented. So I did half a season in that. We couldn't afford to do the second half of the season. But yeah, I was quick. I just didn't get good results. That was my thing.
Aspen was good to us.
But when you have a driver as talented as ours, every race...
Lots of. I think I was top 5 in almost every practice session, and then in qualifying I'd be somewhere in the top 10, and then in the races I would struggle to get top 10s, and I'd get the odd top 10. I think I got 6th or 7th was my best result. But it was really tough, and we got involved in a couple of pile-ups just with MX-5 racing being in the middle of the pack, which put an end to our season early. But then I did a number of seasons after that. So I raced in the Max 5 championship and an MX5 in 2016 and won that championship. So it was just like another national UK MX5 championship.
Another challenge. It's a great opportunity to increase your driver rate.
Went back to
And they
sprints
are
and
our
hills for a bit.
corporate sponsor after all.
And then did endurance racing in another different MX5, totally separate, but I did some kind of club enduro racing in the UK. So, and we had some away rounds and stuff with that as well. So did that for 4 or 5 years maybe, which was great. Won our class, won races, had lots of pole positions, lots of lap records, never won a championship. I think third was the best we did over the season. There was one season where we should have won it. We had all the pace and everything went wrong. Every race something went wrong, whether it was a driver error or a breakdown or a penalty or whatever it was. So there you go. That's kind of, I've done a bunch of other individual races as well, separately, but in terms of championship stuff, that's kind of it. And then this season I'm back in the sprints and hills a little bit, and I'm trying to do many events of the Cross Border Speed Championship, which is like a sprint championship where events take place in England and Scotland in a single seater. So I've not done too many events yet, but I'm hoping to do more by the end of the season. And then we have a new hill climb and sprint car in build at the moment, which I'll be competing in next season, which you will know about if you're watching Traction, because I will not stop talking about it, I'm sure, once we get it up and running. So that's something to look forward to for next year. But it's called a DJ Firehawk is the car that we're going to hopefully have out next season, which should be great. So if you Google DJ Firehawk, you'll see some pictures of it, of what the chassis will look like. Anyway, back to sim racing, or racing games. We have the Ostlandet Cup, which is a trailblazer in Norway. And now, I'm going to try and be as smooth as possible here. I think smooth is the way forward. Smooth is where we get our lap time, or our stage times. It's 3 runs, this. And I do remember the Trailblazer last time we were pretty rubbish. So let's go with the Rockstar SX4 Hill Climb Special. In full Norbaharu Tajima
You're
Pikes
setting up
Peak
your
spec,
pass
let's say.
really well. Keep on trusting your instincts out there.
Awesome, Terj. Yeah, Mark III was the car I raced. So the NC is the Mark III, and that's the car I raced in the BRSCC Championship, and it's the car I won the Max 5 Championship in. It's a Mark III that I raced in endurance racing. All different cars in different championships, but we're all Mark IIIs. I've raced Mark 1s and Mark 2s as well in completely different circumstances, but Mark III is the one I've spent by far and away the most time in, and it's just a load of fun. All right, finished without rolling or spinning. Let's focus and be smooth. There's no pace notes here. Hey, Acid, welcome. Forgive me, Acid. I've been blethering for 10 minutes now, and I'm going to focus now and tune into this Trailblazer and try and pick up a better result than we managed in the previous Trailblazers in previous streams. No chucking the car in, or at least trying to limit it. Just small steering inputs, smooth on everything, smooth on the brakes, smooth on the throttle, and carry minimum speeds. Maximum. I need a maximum minimum speed. That is the target. And trust the downforce of this car as well, because it is a hill climb special. That's not going to help. Should we have a look? Well, the camera view is terrible. Wasn't that dramatic. But yes, let's not do that. Let's go back. Let's use one of our flashbacks, which we try to use not very often, but inevitably my competitiveness takes over, and if they're there, I'm not going to throw away an entire event on stage 1 because I was an idiot once. And we'll try it again. Crunchy. Right. We're not going to get split times, of course, because we are first on the road. So we're not going to know how we're doing until after this stage. It's not been bad. If you ignore the fact that I had a big crash and a rewind, it's been pretty good. I think this is a new Trailblazer stage as well for us. I don't think I've done this one yet in this playthrough. Bit too early on the brakes. Bit too sideways. But it is snowy, so it's a bit tricky to be too neat and tidy. That was very scrappy, but still kept a reasonable minimum speed. That's the word I'm looking for. Oofed. Committed through here. Don't hit the rocks. Got away with it. Two sideways. Okay, better last corner. Alright, I don't know where we're going to be. I'm going to guess third. P1. Okay. Okay.
Don't forget, you can upload that race footage to YouTube if you think it's good enough.
We had a few people with big issues as well. So Sid Vanderlinde and Henry Saarinen are both out, essentially, or out of competition, 20 seconds off. So we're gonna, as long as we keep it on the road, we're guaranteed 6. They're better, but actually, that is a good sign. Could we actually win a Trailblazer? Maybe. Wasn't expecting that, but it's one stage. We could literally lose 5 seconds on the next stage. Ooh. Let's see. Hey Vice, welcome along. I didn't realize it was yourself that placed the word crunchy into the chat, but thank you for that. Thank you for that investment into this chat. Hey Stephen, how's it going? Hello. Track racer suggestions, non-grid. Do you mean like track circuit racing games, Philo, that are not grid? Tell us what kind of racing experience you're looking for. Are you looking for a nostalgia experience? Are you looking for something new? Are you looking for something super serious and two different things, by the way, difficult and serious. But are you looking for something that's very authentic and realism-focused physics? Are you looking for offline or online racing? Are you looking for a career mode? Are you looking for just plug-and-play racing or hot lapping? Give us like a profile of what sort of game you want in an ideal world, and then both myself and the chat will try and help you come up with some racing game suggestions. Okay, stage 2. While you ponder on that one, and sorry, I've just basically given you a challenge to do lots of typing. We'll get on with it. These are sync mesh sim racing gloves. I wear gloves all the time when I'm sim racing because my hands, the skin is awful. I get my skin just blisters straight away. I even get blisters through gloves sometimes, so I always have to wear sim racing gloves. And as much as it's amusing to many people, it's also, if I didn't do it, I wouldn't be able to get on the rig as often. So yeah, I have to use sim racing gloves, and these sync mesh gloves I've been using for a while. Oh, it's dark. I'm not looking. Hang on. I'm talking about gloves. Let's give myself that excuse. Yeah, these sync mesh gloves I've been wearing for a while, along with these other ones here. We've also got the Grip M Pros by Sync Mesh, and they are both fantastic gloves to use for sim racing. The only thing is you have to kind of take them off sometimes to use like a touchpad, for example. But they protect my hands very well. So there you go. All right, let's not crash, and then we'll talk about racing game recommendations. Yeah, Every game has different strong points, exactly. There's not just one racing game to recommend. It totally depends on what you look for. And it's very subjective. So you could have 3 subjectively, or objectively, sorry, really good racing games, but someone might hate one of them and love the other one. And that's totally reasonable. So it depends on what you want. And what you care about. Okay, a good career. Ooh. I'm gonna stop answering questions while I'm driving. I'm gonna focus on the stage for a minute, and then I'll get back to you. But I saw career, I saw controller. Oh, I've got damage. Oh, what is going on, guys? I've totally dropped it here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think I was understeering like mad. Do I have a puncture? Where's the? Can I see the front of the car? No. Like, won't let me view the front. I just understeered like wild there. It's after the first big mistake, so we're gonna take the mistake. Oh, I never pressed the wrong button. Oh dear. Vice says people would laugh at me for putting on gloves and racing shoes to finish last on iRacing. Yeah, but hey, if it allows you to race, it's fine. If you need the gloves, you need the gloves. Doesn't matter how fast or slow you are. That's what I would say. Same with shoes as well. I don't need racing shoes at all when I'm sim racing. I race sim racing socks, but some people much prefer sim racing and shoes, and that's fine. Protects your pedals, protects your socks as well from wearing out. Right, I'm 3.5 seconds off, so I'm going to focus, and we'll come back to the question after. And I've got damage, so that first impact, yeah, look, I can't turn right. That is an issue. And I can't do anything about it. Got complacent, won one stage of Trailblazer, and thought I was Billy Big Time. Almost at the end now, though. Can't turn. What, we're getting 5 seconds off? Car destroyed. 7 seconds off. Humbling. Back to last, other than the 2 that had major issues. It's fine. We're all fine. Okay. Back to the question at hand. The very important question at hand. Career, good control support, but probably nothing super serious. Okay. I could have restarted, but that's not how we've been playing this playthrough. I can come back to it. We can do it again if we need to get the points. But I want to keep moving through. Fun games on a controller. The obvious ones are the console games like your Gran Turismo, which has a great single-player campaign. The most recent Gran Turismo doesn't, I'd say. Gran Turismo 7 is okay on single-player, but it's not as good as the older ones, as your Gran Turismo 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 as well. Forza Horizon is great fun on a controller. It's not a career as such, it's just a really big single-player sort of campaign where you do everything. But Forza Horizon is definitely not for everyone. It's not really a track racing sim. It's an open-worldy, you know, it's more like a kind of open world racing, if that makes sense. I have no idea how long you've been watching this. probably an hour and a bit. I've been on for an hour and 20 minutes, so there you go. But you know, those are not really track racers. So I think, yeah, Grid Legends is an obvious one. If you're like the Grid games, Grid Legends, you said something that's not Grid. But I think you're onto something with Grid for the kind of game that you're potentially looking for, like a fun, controller-friendly track racer. Automobilista 2 doesn't have a career mode. Track racers with a controller. Forza Motorsport is... I can't recommend Forza Motorsport because it's just bad. It can be really fun. It can be good. But as an overall package, it's just not that great. It is a track racer that's controller-friendly and does have a career mode. But I just think the career mode is boring and repetitive and isn't interesting enough. So I think you're onto something, really, with with playing the grid games. Have you watched our? I made a video called the best racing game career modes, and it has a lot of old games. But basically, it's my interpretation of what I think are some of the best racing game career modes out there. Not necessarily focused on controller, but most of the games are controller friendly. So if you haven't, definitely check out best racing game career mode video. There's also some really good oval games, and like some really, really good oval games. And what else is there? There's I had one a second ago. Oh, the F1 games are pretty good in a controller, honestly. So an F1 game is definitely worth, but that's only if you're into F1. Automobilista 2 is you can get like third-party career mode apps, and then obviously with all of its content, it's worth considering buying like an Automobilista 2, but finding the best third-party career mode. That's definitely something that might be worth your time. I don't know how good Automobilista 2 is on controller. I've not really tried it that I can remember, or at least in a long time. Unfortunately, for single-player career mode stuff, you're kind of hard-pressed these days to find good racing games. That's what Codemasters were the kings of, and that's why you said, you know, any others but Grid. And I'm like, well, Grid? Like, it's just a big hole in the market, I think, for a kind of single-player focused racing game that's controller-friendly, controller-focused. Because nowadays you can be so realistic with your physics and everything, and you make a game so that people that are using a wheel and pedals will be happy, because if you focus on controller and neglect wheel and pedals, people will just review it and say, oh, the handling's rubbish and it's not a good racing game. So it is a difficult one. It's a really difficult one. You almost need to like lead with that in your marketing as well, right? You need to almost say, here is a single player focused racing game that's built for controller. I'm just racing for pride at this point, so just try and be smooth and tidy and make up some time. But the stage is almost done already. Look, it's crazy. Okay, so we've let ourselves down in that Trailblazer after a great first stage. The second and third stages were poor, but it's fine. We move on. If we need more points, we come back to it. I know I can do better, so it's okay. Let's progress. Ah, those Raven West guys. Yeah. I know. I love the lore with that, and it carries over year after year, which is great. So like through the grid games, from the first grid onwards, really, Raven West are a thing. The Monaghetti Masters Gymkhana event at Monaco. Yeah, let's do a Gymkhana. Not done one for a little while in this stream. Let's go with, we had the Colin McRae Vision Scion last time. We've already done some Alpine Stars, Rockstar. Why don't we go... Let's go for the Falcon Tire Fiesta. 4-wheel drive this time, other than rear-wheel drive like last time. Assetto Corsa Evo could have been the game, but the career mode's kind of taken a back seat at the moment.
How about you?
Yeah, the 0 to Hero career mode grinds. What I'm going to put forward is like the game that started a lot of that 0 to Hero money-based grind was one of the old NASCAR games. It's like, if you go back and check out some of those old NASCAR titles, they are mega fun for that kind of career mode. And I think that started a lot of those things, I believe. Okay, Monaghetti Masters. Let's do 2 Gymkhana events in our Fiesta. Full chem block style. Go chase cam. Oh, this is like a... Oh, it's like a circuit. Okay. Not what I expected, I'll be honest. Got to jump. No, no, I messed up the spin. I wanted to do a... I wanted to do the smash the boards when I had ×3. There we go. So let's try that now. Ah, it's a donut. I didn't realise. Very small donut. Sorry guys, this is terrible. Need some jumps. Oh, just clipped it. Clipped the wall. No. Only 6 seconds to go anyway, to be fair. Oh, and the racetrack gets blocked off. Interesting. Well, it wasn't good, but we got the win anyway. And they actually blocked off the bit of racetrack that we started on. Speaking of block, Ken block P2 in the Monster Energy car. We get P1 in our Falcon Tires Fiesta. I'll take P1. I don't think it was the best Gymkhana I'd ever done. Great advice. I think it was... who was it in the chat earlier? Was it Ken? I'm looking for the name. Who was... Pat. Was it Pat that gave us the recommendation to go for the smash boards once we had a ×3 multiplier on, I think it was. Anyway, excellent stuff. Grid Legends deserved a sequel. Yeah, I think Grid Legends does deserve more. I think Grid Legends was a really solid, like, 7.5 out of 10 game. I enjoyed it. I think there's a place for it. But it maybe got underappreciated at the time. I just think that the UI and stuff was really messy. They could have done a much better job with certain elements of presentation. But the actual gameplay I really enjoyed. And I think it was maybe... I don't know. Was it marketed wrong? I'm not sure. I liked the story as well. And the career mode was a little bit... I don't know what the word is. Tedious, but it's cool. I didn't really give the career mode a proper go, to be fair, but great game, and great because we don't have enough of those type of games, and we could really do with a new Grid Legends these days. I think we miss a game like that in the last 3 or 4 years. So there you go. Hey Chris, welcome. Good to see you again. It's been a while since I've seen you, and we met, didn't we, at was it Charlotte Expo, or was it in Germany? I think it was Charlotte we met, and you were telling me you were enjoying the Dirt 3 series, so it's great to see you back. Let's do our second Gymkhana. Go for a different view. Let's go for the other chase cam view. Into a donut. Come on, give us ×3. There we go. No. Oh, I went for the drift and I didn't quite get it. Stale over the jump. Apparently it's more stale to do the jump than to not do the jump. Brutal. Stale to do a donut. I'm running out of ideas. Oh, it's all gone to pot. Stale. Oh, P2. It's okay. Unless it's... Well, even if Ken beats us, it is Ken that's beat us. 445,000 points. I think the two of us get an equal win. Let's see. We both scored the same points. Yeah, there we go. It's fine. Win for us, win for Ken. I'm not going to complain about that. Weirdly, the second round there, I think I did a better job and finished second. The first one, I did a bad job and finished first. So that's what happens sometimes. And, Chris, more news as... Oh, we unlocked Recaro Racing. Excellent. Looking forward to seeing some Recaro livery cars. More EA Codemasters news. It is obviously a shame what EA has done with Cody, I agree.
It's important that you do well here, as it'll set the tempo for our march towards the Super Series.
Give us a break, will you? There's a ton of races to go before then.
Yeah, and every one of them is important.
Someone get her away from the car. The fumes are messing with her head.
Okay, some arguments going on internally. That was our second win of this triangle, this section. So we're doing well here. We've got a Gymkhana sprint to do, the shootout final rallycross event, and the Sasazuka skirmish. Now, yes, EA Cody's. Basically, what's happened since EA have taken over Codemasters is that they have EA have done what EA do a lot of the time, which is strip any studios of their games and titles unless they are making not just profit but like millions of pounds or dollars or euros of profit. I feel like EA tends to buy studios, base everything off of how much money does it make versus like the EA Sports FC series or what used to be FIFA, and if it doesn't make that much money on Ultimate Team Pack equivalents and all these kind of things, I think it's very quick to shut down franchises. Now, I don't know if EA bought Codemasters as a sort of, you know, let's stop our rivals having this type thing. But essentially, all of those Codemasters projects are gone. So Grid, not happening. We've not seen anything about Grid since Grid Legends. Need for Speed has been kiboshed. Hopefully temporarily. It's been put on ice, essentially. So there's another Need for Speed Codemasters franchise. There is also the Rally franchises, so EA Sports WRC. Obviously, Codemasters worked hard to get the WRC license back from Nacon for after the WRC series. You were thinking it was going to be Dirt Rally 3.0. We got EA Sports WRC, and then that game is not being continued on for a sequel or kind of developed into the future, and the license has gone back to the previous license holder for the official World Rally Championship. So the rally team no longer exists at Southern Studio. All of those individuals are now working on Battlefield and other projects. So there is the Southern Studio development team, who since the 1990s have been working on Colin McRae Rally, Colin McRae Dirt Rally, and EA Sports WRC, are no longer working on rally games, which is really, really sad. So what does that leave us with? No Grid, no Rally, no Need for Speed, the F1 games, of course. Now, that's one thing we can say for EA. They have given the Birmingham Formula 1 studio not only the chance to continue making the Formula 1 games, but they've actually given them a year off to, not a year off obviously, but a year off making a new game to focus on making another game next year, so 2-year cadence instead of a 1-year cadence, and making the game better and fresh. Now that is a good thing. So we had a F1 2026 DLC for F1 2025. But we are getting a new game in F1 27, and it's been a 2-year development cycle rather than a 1-year development cycle, so in theory, it should be a nice step up. So that's the one thing that we've still got going racing-wise from Codemasters and EA. But it's basically just tragic. Like, you know, Codemasters as we know and love. I'm gonna end the poll. It's so close. But the winner is Dirt Rally 2.0 by 2%. 36% of the vote ahead of Dirt 3, Dirt 2, and Dirt Rally. So there it is. And Dirt 3 finishes ahead of Dirt 2. That's fascinating. Thank you for voting, everyone. Hopefully we do see more retro F1 cars in the next one. Okay, what's next? Gymkhana Sprint. Then we've got the Sasazuka skirmish and the shootout final. So let's do the Gymkhana Sprint then. The tricks are laid out along a route and you need to pull them off all in sequence. Okay, we've done one of these before. The quicker you complete all the tricks, the better your results. So essentially like Gymkhana style tricks in a specific sequence, you must do them in order. Or you must just do one of each. I can't remember, but we'll find out. Yes, the festival festival atmosphere in Dirt 2 is really good. I agree, Chris. Yeah, that's a fair point, Dan Blow. Don't mind them putting the Need for Speed franchise on ice, as long as they don't bin it, which, of course, you never truly bin, because someone can always come along and pick it up, right? So as long as it's not binned, I don't mind it being on pause. Like, any franchise can do with a little break sometimes because it builds the excitement again when it comes back. But yeah, we just got to follow the instructions. 110 to get a bronze. Let's just try it. So smash first, or we'll just crash. Then we got another smash. It's been a very crashy run. At least I know what to expect. Oh, it's a drift. I've gone in the wrong way. I thought it was going to be something else. Alright, we'll try again. Donut. To spin. Okay, we got silver despite a big mistake, so I now know the route. I'm gonna go again, try and get gold, try and crash less. Try and crash less. I'm only 2 seconds off gold, but I need 12 seconds for platinum. So it's gonna have to be a very, very good run. But let's try. Kevin loves Dirt Rally 2.0, but only for Rally, not Rallycross. Okay. Oh, that. Ah, we're gonna go again. I need to get the angle right on that jump. Because I've just, I can't get the car turned when I'm up against the crate. We'll try one more time. Yeah, you love both. I don't think you need to do everything perfectly either. You just need to do it. You don't need to smash everything. You just smash one of them. I might be wrong. It's been a good run. Come on. Oh, it's not platinum. 47.8. We need 2.8 seconds quicker to get platinum. That's crazy.
Your day. Way to come back and get the gold.
Nice enough run, though. Smoke, tire marks, and camera are great. Even the simplified HUD just works. I agree, Todd. It just works. If only they kept Pikes Peak. So, on the subject of Pikes Peak, have you guys seen our Pikes Peak video? Because if any of you have not seen our Pikes Peak YouTube video from the other month, I thoroughly recommend you go and watch it, because it's got some exclusive information in there. We reached out to Pikes Peak about their racing game and sim racing inclusions. Now, we were all under the illusion that Pikes Peak, I know there's an argument about whether Pikes Peak can be licensable, because it's a bit of road, not necessarily, you know, you can't license a piece of public road, but the Pikes Peak event and the sporting event is a licensable event. Either way, Pikes Peak got back to us. We're all under the illusion that Pikes Peak was under an exclusive licensing deal with Gran Turismo, because Pikes Peak is sponsored by Gran Turismo, and Pikes Peak has appeared in Gran Turismo games throughout the years, but not the actual venue to drive properly. Not since Gran Turismo 2, which wasn't even then the full version of Pikes Peak. It was a small abridged version. Either way, we thought it was an exclusive license. We contacted Pikes Peak to get clarification. Turns out, Pikes Peak is not an exclusive license for all of racing games. It's Gran Turismo, sorry. It is only exclusive for consoles to Gran Turismo. But anyone on PC can supposedly, if they were to contact Pikes Peak and purchase or agree a license, it's doable. And that video just covers why Pikes Peak might be missing in racing games, and also what games actually have Pikes Peak. So it's worth looking into if you're interested in that sort of thing. Bit of racing game backstory and history for you. So we've got Rallycross now, Group B or RX. We'll go for Group B because we're probably going to do RX for the final. Let's go for a Rockstar 205. That sounds cool. Wayfast Whitey says, Dirt 3 was good, but Dirt 2 was the best. Spent days upon days of racing private lobbies with buddies and always sneaking in forced head cam at some point. Excellent. Love that kind of stuff. That sounds like Dirt 2 is your favourite because of nostalgic reasons, and that's the one you enjoyed the most. And that, I think, is probably the case for for most people with this situation. It's the one that they have personally had the best experience on. It's why I used to always say Dirt 3 over Dirt 2, but now I'm kind of torn between the two because my nostalgic me says Dirt 3 because that's the one I remember playing the most when I was younger. Whereas Dirt 2 is hard to argue against in reality. When you play them both nowadays, Dirt 2 is really fun. Right, Rallycross. This is our first Rallycross event of the stream? I think it is. We'll stick to chase cam. For the first one anyway. Squeeze through the gap. There we go. Bit of an accidental block there for me because I got a little bit of a slide on. Now I'm going to keep on trying to be neat and tidy. I'm not just going to chuck the car in like a maniac like I've done in the past. I'm going to try and be a little bit more considered with my inputs. Where possible, obviously. Sometimes you are going to have to chuck it in. No space there. Worked out okay though. Come on. Not a great lap one, I'll be honest. Don't feel that fast. Ugh. Got it all wrong. Sorry, you left a gap. I know if that was online racing, I'd be feeling really guilty right now, but against the AI, I'm just going to take it. Shouldn't have left me the room. Okay, that's better through there. You do have to get it a little bit sideways. It's a balance sometimes of trying to be smooth and tidy, but also sometimes you just got to send it and let the car scrub off speed in a different way. Right, let's go. Let's go. Different view for the last lap. See if it helps at all. Treat it as a practice run. That's bad. So far, pretty much the same. Maybe one more position can be had here. Tried to cut back underneath, didn't work. Oh, Quattro. Nope, that's ruined it. Nowhere to go. Move. Nope. P3, okay, fun race. Ooh, toss and a catch. Yeah, that's a good way of describing it. I've also grown up with Dirt 2 and find it closer to me and therefore a bit better, though I've played Dirt 3 and appreciate it. Yeah, that's totally fair. I also agree. Hey, Adam. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a nice afternoon. Yeah, this is a good track, this one. I find it tough to master, especially when I'm jumping between stuff. And in that Group B car, I don't know, I'm really struggling to find the power low end. I just bog down a lot. So I think the RX car should be more competitive. But we'll find out because we're going to do the next race. I think we're going to do the Rallycross as the final for this particular bracket. And then we'll hopefully be able to go RX for this. I think there's 4 seasons to career mode, and we're in season 3 at the moment. Finish without taking damage. Well, that's not going to happen. But let's see what happens anyway. We'll start with the bonnet cam for this one. 6 laps. I don't think we've done this layout. Come on. I want a clutch. Why have I not got a clutch? Yeah, not done this layout yet, so this is going to be learning a bit of a new layout. Past the Kenwood 205. Oofed. Interesting choice of line from me there, not knowing where the corner was coming and going, but it actually kind of worked okay in the end. Definitely room to improve though across 6 laps. Okay, clear P2. This is good. Right, brake really late. And then we want to just kind of keep it nice and tight for the second part here. That's better. Much, much better. Scrubbed off too much speed through the chicane, so try and carry a bit more next time. Nope. Oh, not a good lap. Actually, the start of the lap was good. Bad end of the lap. But I think we can do it into turn 1 for sure. Because it's kind of a 2-part apex. And we can make the move in the first part and then just block the second part. I just need to get closer. Carry more speed this time. Yep, much better. 3rd gear through the chicane. And then we need to be a bit more to the left on the exit. Oh, that's too far. Oh, too far to the left. I know what I was trying to do. I was trying to cut back across. I did not see the barrier because I was blocked by the delta there. So we'll just try again. Every time I resume a flashback, I take a screenshot. Right. Move set up already, to be fair. And then in here, on the handbrake. Prevent a switchback. There we go. Okay, carry the speed through here. Run a bit wider in the middle, and then cut back across for the yellow and for the the red and white barrier on the exit. Getting the hang of the track now. Go for fastest lap in the last lap. Just about flat through there. That's got to be fastest lap. Come on. 27.0. I don't know if this is part of a DLC. I've got the... I've got the Ultimate Edition, which I think has all the DLCs and stuff. But I don't actually know which parts are the DLC. Other than I had a sponsor. I had one of the liveries unlocked immediately. Second in that championship. That's fine. You must buy the X Games Asia Track Pack DLC before the re-release. Ah, okay, so this is the re-released complete edition. And this maybe was a DLC track. Thank you, Kevin, for the context, because I actually can't remember what was DLC and what wasn't. Anyway, we have the Rallycross final at the smelter. 8 laps, Portage Canal, in the RX cars, as I predicted. And we have the Recaro Subaru. We're gonna have to go for the Recaro Subaru because we've just unlocked it. Let's do it. Good fun track. I really like that little one.
You've been doing
Glad to hear,
great
Adam.
in Rallycross this season. Let's keep that momentum going.
Moza, yeah, Moza works well. I actually used a Moza, was it R21? The last time I streamed Dirt 3 a couple of weeks ago. I had the R21 on the rig for a different video we were doing. And it was great out of the box. It just worked. I think it was arguably better than the SimuCube out of the box, actually, for this game. Just better optimized, maybe. But it was, I mean, both of them are totally reasonable. This is actually feeling really good. It's set up well. I'm on new settings, as I said earlier, for this stream because it's a new PC, but it feels good. Okay, shootout final. 1 race, 8 laps around Smelter. The OG rallycross track in this game. We'll go chase cam again for the start. Just so you can see more of the cars. That's the reverse layout, I think, at Smelter. We're working our way from near the back of the grid, which is always a challenge. Good race so far, though. Nice and clean. Lots of little moves, taking advantage of others' mistakes. Bit of contact with the Evo, but nothing too bad. Up behind Liam Duran's RS200. We've already got our drifting achievement. Don't have to think about it anymore. Flat through there, nice. Nope. Saw that coming. Oh, Duran's off. Thank you, Codemaster scripting once again. And we take the lead. I'll switch to bonnet cam soon as well, just to give us a little bit of a better perspective when we're leading. Because I really don't like chucking the car in sideways on chase cam, because I never know where it's going to land. I'm always, you can see how close it gets to the walls, and it's really hard to be precise. It's still hard on bonnet cam. Still got to focus though, because there's a long way to go in this race. We're not even halfway through yet, and the AI are pretty fast. As you can see. Oh no. Driving worse on bonnet cam. That's better. Try and get the nose in for these corners and don't slide too much, I think is the trick here. Bit of smoothness. Nice short little circuit. That's better. Much better. World record lap. Nice bit of a lead now. Straight line this as much as possible. And then get to the inside here. Lovely. 41.7. In a flow now, this is good. I don't remember this layout, Chris. At least, going in reverse anyway. I really like the kind of normal Smelter layout, but I don't remember this particular version. Oh, that's perfection right there, that one corner. We're going to be another 4/10 up on our fastest lap here, I think, because this lap's been beautiful. Let's not throw it away. I nailed the last corner last time. Bit too sideways, but actually, do you know what? It's still marvellous. It's going to be a 41.4. Oh, 41.3. It felt it. 2 laps to go. This is now the best flow I've ever had on a rallycross race in Dirt 3. Every corner I feel like I'm qualifying. 41.5. Last lap. Over the line. It's done. Wow, that was one of the easier races today, despite being the final. We only won by 2 seconds in the end, but really nice flow there. Thank you, Liam Duran, for spinning out for no reason.
Another huge podium finish.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know,
you
Adam.
did
I'm so.
great.
It's
You
so
look really
sad.
good out there.
I feel for everyone who's watching this and just wants to play and doesn't own it already. It's brutal. Get yourself down to a game shop.
Thanks to your outstanding driving, you've been invited to compete in the Nixon Gold Series.
Nixon
You're setting
Gold.
a good pace so far. Keep it up, and you'll definitely qualify for the Winter X Games at the end of the season.
Okay, so season 3 is the Winter X Games, is our kind of finale. We're now on to the Gold Nixon series. And how many events have we got already unlocked? All of them but 2. So it's pretty good. Trailblazer at Kenya to start things off. I've shown that I'm rubbish at Kenya. I've shown that I'm rubbish at Trailblazers. So it's perfect. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on a minute. Dirt 2 is available on a CD key at almost £900. Are you serious, Adam? That's annoying. Oh, amazing. Right, yeah, so Tony, well, you probably know this, Tony Yeboah, because I believe you know Mr. Tom Harrison Lord, probably from those days. But I know Tom used to work with the Sixth Axis and do racing game reviews and all sorts. So that's, I'm guessing, is that how you know Tom? Or yeah. That's awesome. I was about to say, oh, did you know Tom Harrison Lord actually used to work for the Sixth? And then I realized it was Tony Yeboah in the chat. Good to see you again. Yeah, Chris, I mean, PS, yeah, 900 quid. Don't buy, no, don't buy Dirt 2 for 900 quid. Don't do it. It's not a good idea. Unless you are a multi-millionaire with nothing better to do. Don't spend 900 quid on Dirt 2. Ah, awesome, Tony. 400. Still not worth it. I'm sorry. Think of all the glorious things you could do for 400 quid. Go and do a track day. I have my rally license as well. I got it while I was at Silverstone. I did it Silverstone Rally Experience, got my rally license, haven't used it yet. I haven't had the time and the event and the money and the situation to use it, but I really, really want to do it. So, do you guys want to see a traction rally? Like a real, see us take part in a real rally. I'm not sure I'll be able to live stream it on OBS like I do for the Dirt Rally series, but yeah, I really want to do a rally for sure. Okay, our Rockstar Monster Suzuki didn't help us too much. We've done our Reese Millen Red Mango Hyundai, or Hyundai. Let's go with the Alpine Stars BMW Z4, because that is a very cool car. Now, I know it's rear-wheel drive instead of four-wheel drive. It's heavier, and it's got half the power of the Suzuki. But I don't care. Let's just see what happens. We've got a few yeses in the chat. I don't actually... Did I... No, I did. I renewed my rally license this year as well. So I do have it still, technically. The issue is finding the time and the money. But, yeah, I'd love to do it. Absolutely love to do it. $344 to beat. Have we done a Trailblazer at Kenya? I don't think I have. So this will be a new route, essentially. This is where I need to focus. You saw what happened earlier when I tried to have a conversation while doing a Trailblazer. The mighty Z4. Sounds like a Porsche. Used to love the Z4 as a kid for whatever reason. I think I bought one in Gran Turismo 4 and it became a car I loved because of that. which is exactly why brand affiliation is so important in racing games for kids growing up. Nice and smooth. Channel the rallycross race that I just did and drive like that. Lighting once again looking beautiful. Okay, good stage so far. Absolutely on it. I haven't left any time on the table. But I'm not in the fastest car, I don't think. At least according to the stats. No idea if the stats mean anything in the actual game. But you would think they would. Flat out most of the way. Oh no. Get back on. First mistake, not a huge one. Just a bit wide. It's a long trailblazer. Ooh, bumpy. Couple of hairpins. Nope. Oh, it's fine. Recovered it quite well. Come on. Flat down the hill. Oh no. No. No! I landed it. Last corner. Can you go backwards? Sorry about the sound. Just watch the M4, the Z4, sorry, for a little bit. Because it is a great looking car. Look at that. Purposeful as you like. With all the aero. Yeah, I'm not going to watch the whole thing, don't worry. I just must see what happened. Because that crash took... I lost more than 3 seconds in that crash, would you say? The crash I mean, I was in the air for about 4 seconds. Could have been a stage win. There we go. So here I got lucky. And then I saved it. Quick shift down. Got it turned in. Ran out wide, used all the road. That was fine. It's this corner. I thought flat out for the last corner. We'll be alright. We weren't alright. Okay, it wasn't quite as elegant as I first thought it was. No, don't go back. Oh, it's gone back. Alright, I'm not watching it again. Ah well. 3 seconds off. It's fine. We make it up. I think if I'd have reacted faster when it landed as well, I could have driven away. I just sort of... I was gonna... My instant reaction after the crash was, let's wait till the crash finishes, then do a rewind. But then I thought, you know what, I landed it, so I might as well go. But all that took a bit of processing time. Finish without rolling or spinning on stage 2. Well, let's not do what we just did then. No, I'm actually using... I think it's 480 degrees of rotation feels the best for this game. The full 900 just feels completely wrong. Because it doesn't actually match one-to-one with the car anyway, so you sort of just pick a number that feels good for you. 540 feels okay, 450 feels okay, a bit too sensitive. I think 480 just is the sweet spot for me. Feels the most natural, because obviously the game isn't full sim, it's sort of... It's kind of somewhere in the middle, you know? No. Right, focus. Got to make up all those positions from P8 now. One day I'll get a good result on a Trailblazer and it's going to feel amazing. I just need to hook up every stage and not do what I just did. Or that. Keep it nice and tight. Keep it low in the gears. Get slowed down for the corners. Yeah, 7th. Not surprised. It wasn't a good first split. Oofed. Jeez. It's a car retired. Just got past it. I didn't see it, but saw it on the little map on the left. Oh, I hate it in the dark. No idea where I'm going. Can you imagine doing this in real life with no pace notes in the dark, in the Kenyan forest? No, thank you. At these speeds, absolutely not. Feel like doing Pikes Peak at night? No. I love it, but no. The Trailblazers are one of the strongest memories I have of Dirt 3 just because of how mesmeric they are. Like, you've just got to get in such a flow and a rhythm, and it requires all of your concentration, and it really stuck with me, that Trailblazer experience, when I first played this game. It was like, the times I remember feeling like I was actually acing the game was when I was doing well on a Trailblazer. That was the most that was peak satisfaction from Dirt 3 at the time. I don't think it ages that well simply because of how many good rally experiences we have nowadays with better sort of stage design and handling, because the stages are obviously a little bit user-friendly. They're all quite open, and you just dab the brakes, turn in, launch it. You know, it's not mega satisfying in today's standards, or by modern standards of gaming, but back when I was a child, playing this in PlayStation 3 with a controller and absolutely firing through a Trailblazer stage without big mistakes at 160 miles an hour, I felt like an absolute hero. P5? P6. Alright, not good. But hey, we move forward. We beat Sid van der Linde by like 100th, so that's not going to help us at all. But Henry Saarinen retired, so we move ahead of Henry, and we're 2.4 behind Esteban, 2.5 behind Pedro, 2.9 behind Sid. So actually, P4 is up for grabs. If I win this stage by 2 seconds, obviously that's not realistic, but that's what I'm saying, is I could potentially still gain 3 spots and finish 4th. So that's going to be the target, the very ambitious target for this last Trailblazer stage in the Z4. NBA 2K and Terraria, nice. I've not played that game in so long. My friend tried to get me into Terraria years ago, and he was too good at it, and I was too far behind, and we didn't have time, so I didn't really ever get into it, but I think it's amazing. Smith Optics unlocked, so another livery. Oh, that was only 2 stages. I thought it was 3 stages. Sorry. Woodland Blast is a Land Rush and Smelter. You've got Rally Finland, and then you've got Rallycross at Monaco. Alright, some great events coming up. Let's just go to the next one then. Smelter Land Rush. Let's try and get a win under our belt. 3 laps of Maple Woods, 4 of Coles Creek. We're in the truck this time, which I do enjoy. We've got our... Let's go for our Colin McRae Vision Stadium truck. Pram, I'm very sorry. As far as we're aware, or from what we know about, there is no longer a Codemasters Rally team.
You were pretty low down in the pack last time out. Try to line up your passes before going into the turn. Blow by them on the inside, then
Okay,
block
let's give
them
me
on the
advice.
exit.
To be fair, that was good advice. He said, blow by them on the entry down the inside, then basically block them on the exit. That's exactly how you make moves in this series, so and on this game. So I have to say, engineer talks sense. I'm very sorry, yes. Codemasters, as far as we know, are not currently working on anything rally related. So Codemasters also, well, EA have just been taken over by the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund for $55 billion. Now, this is something I didn't talk about earlier, but I was meaning to talk about when I was talking about how EA had sort of essentially muted Codemasters, other than the F1 games. But now you've got the Saudi Arabia Investment Fund owning EA, so what difference will that make? Now, the Saudi Arabian Investment Fund, for, you know, if we put aside all of the issues and the sticky points surrounding that, of which there are many, in terms of a motorsport perspective, the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund has always invested quite heavily, I think, in motorsport. Does that mean that it will invest more in sim racing and racing games? Well, there's a bit of history there too, because there was a lot of Saudi Arabian money that was involved in the ESL R1 competition at first with Rensport back in the day, which had a huge prize pool. So obviously there was some investment in sim racing and stuff there, but that sort of subsided a bit, or a lot. So, and I don't know if that's caused damage to this, and there could be completely unrelated things anyway, but what I'm trying to say is, I don't know if this $55 billion takeover will mean that we get more racing games from Codemasters through EA. I don't think so. I don't think it will mean that, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. And I hope that we see more Codemasters Rally games in future. But for now, we've got BeamNG, we've got Ace for the kind of open world left field choice with rally loops and stuff. We've got obviously AC Rally for the ultimate rally physics and laser scan stages and kind of mainstream simulation hardcore game. You've got Richard Burns Rally for those who are happy to jump on a PC and install a bunch of mods and fiddle around with stuff, and then you've got this kind of amazing rally experience there with so many stages and so many mod cars and all these kind of things. And then you have, well, there's what you would say is for the kind of more casual rally fan. Yes, we have EA Sports WRC from the past and the old dirt games like this, but what we really need is another Codemasters game. Now, the equivalent of that might just be the next official World Rally Championship game, because Nacon got the license back for the World Rally Championship to produce games following EA Sports WRC. Now, Nacon, of course, used to have the license. Kiloton made the WRC games up until WRC Generations, before EA Sports WRC took that license, and Codemasters had it. Now don't have it again. It's gone back to Nacon. But it's not going to be, as far as we're aware, Kiloton that are developing the next rally game. So it depends. We just need to wait and see what happens with the license. Nacon's had its own financial issues recently, which you might have seen reported on the TraxionGG website, or if you've listened to the Traction podcast. So that's a little bit confused and up in the air as well. We'll just have to wait and see. But that... No. $55 billion, Philo. $55 billion. And that is the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund purchasing EA. So you've now got the ownership of EA, who own Codemasters, of course, still. Or Codemasters has been consumed by EA. So, yeah. It's a layered mess. It's a big messy cake. But Richard Burns Rally, AC Rally, BeamNG.drive, and the next official WRC game, whatever form that takes, that could be your saving grace. And then you've got the likes of Super Woden Rally Edge, which is like a completely separate left field indie game, which is amazing fun and is great for rally enthusiasts, but fun on a controller. It's overhead view. Go and check out Super Woden Rally Edge, by the way, if you're interested in a sort of more casual, fun rally game that still feels great on a controller, but is an arcade-style game, and actually has a really good career mode, by the way, with car purchases where you have to save up. It's got car tuning, it's got different classes, it's got a really nice career advancement structure. So I think a load of you that like these sorts of games might enjoy Super Woden Rally Edge if you're okay with those kind of the arcade styling and the kind of fun to drive over the top chase cam physics that they have. Sorry, the camera perspective, I should say. Well worth your attention though. Super Woden Rally Edge, go and check it out. There's 5 great rally games for you. Or 4 plus 1 that doesn't exist, but might come soon. Shall we do a race? Falcon and Repsol on the front row. I'm starting P8. We will listen to our engineer. We will send it down the inside and then block on the exit to overtake. Okay, not like that. But it's working. I like using the banking on those corners a little bit, which we didn't do there, obviously. Terrible exit. Don't need to overtake the... I don't need to send one right down the inside when there's no one there, that's the thing. Ooh, squeezed. Only 3 laps to this race, so I really need to make progress quickly. That could still work for us. Around the outside. Yes, come on. Bit of squeezing. Nice, done. Right, last lap, serious mode activated. P2. Avoid the water wherever possible. It's going to have to be P2 unless I do something crazy. Nope. Oh, we could even lose P2. No, I think we're good. We're good. Alright. Not a terrible race. Not a terrible race. Definitely not the best either.
Yo, amigo.
Oh, don't
Post
forget
that
Wreckfest
footage
2.
on YouTube. It rocks.
Good point. Good point, Todd. We definitely won't forget Wreckfest 2. We made the most recent full traction video, actually, was Wreckfest, wasn't it, on the channel? So if you want to hear my thoughts on Wreckfest 2, or at least a kind of controversial, one specific thought, although it does have all of my thoughts in it, go on the channel. Yes, Jezza. So Trailblazer is actually the discipline I was just doing before you joined, presumably, which was the sort of, it's like a hill climbing or rallying without a co-driver essentially, and faster, high performance cars, no pace notes, kind of big stages, great mode, or great, let's say not mode but discipline. Okay, it's Woodland Blast in the rain. I need to win this, and I feel confident that I can win it. So let's try. Come on, I feel good about the Woodland Blast. We'll go back to chase cam. Starting 8th on the grid, but I think I like this track. Wait, this is the same track? No. This is the same track. What am I talking about? Oh, I'm used to it. I thought it was going to be the reverse version anyway. Oh, it's not the same. Okay. It's a slightly different version. It's a shorter lap. But very, very similar. Ooh. Hello, Henry. Much shorter lap, bit easier, straight up into the lead. So if I win this race, I'm guaranteed to at least match the championship winner in terms of points, which would mean that technically we get the championship win according to the game. So all I need to do is win this race, and we're good. Only 1.5 laps to go. Still don't know the fastest way around that corner with the banking. I don't know if what I'm doing is the best, or if I should go higher, if I should go to the inside. I really don't know. Sort of feels like I'm not doing the right thing, but I think everyone's probably feeling similar. Anyway, that was a much easier race. Crossed the line, P1 on that one. Barely a challenge. Drive around the top and don't slide. Thank you, String Bean. I'm too late to try it, but it's fine because we won.
I smell hot chocolate in our
First place in the championship. And I got an achievement. Win a race in all weather conditions. There you go. Ooh, what's the hate with Dirt 5? It does look amazing visually. There's a bit of magic missing with Dirt 5. I don't know what it is, but I would say there's something missing. Although I would actually think I'd enjoy it if I played it again now. Yeah, I don't know. When it launched, it missed a bit of the magic. Really hard to put a finger on it. But I'm sure someone will. I don't know if it's the cars were different, the licensing was different. It feels like a different type of game. It's bizarre, but it's actually very similar. And visually, it is essentially... Yeah, that's a fair way of describing it. Dample says it has no soul. I think that's maybe a... If the previous Dirt games didn't exist, would we be saying the same? I don't know. But it is beautiful. I love the colours, but it's missing... It is missing a bit of soul and character to it for whatever reason. Okay, final event of the day. We're going to do the Kummuinen National Rally, Rally Finland, since the WRC just went to Finland. 3 stages, Isojärvi, Alhujärvi, and Kakaristo. We're going to go full-blown WRC spec open rally cars. We've now got our we're Smith Optics Motorsport Fiesta, so we're going to go with that. A new livery. Rally Finland, Rally of 1,000 Lakes. Todd asks, have I tried Carrick Street? Yes, briefly.
Clearly developed your technique to suit the conditions.
I enjoyed it.
This one should be fine.
I enjoyed it, but didn't play it enough. I've not gone back and played it loads. I only really got to experience it, or I only chose to experience it early days, and I was surprised. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by how it felt. It was good. Beat a time of 1:26. Okay. Oh yeah, it had no rally in it. That was the other thing about Dirt 5, wasn't it? I liked the playground mode. That was kind of wild.
Into right 3.
Not everyone's cup of tea, but it was fun.
Left 3 into...
But it did feel a bit like fake compared to Gymkhana, which feels kind of... The Gymkhana element, you know, kind of feels... It's not real, but it feels a bit more grounded in reality than the playground mode, put it that way. Oh. But the playground mode is something that... I'm going to use a flashback because I want to nail this. The playground mode was something that I think will be appreciated more in future. When people go back and say, do you remember this game from 20 years ago? It had a really cool mode. I think there's so many really cool maps being made on that. But there was something wrong with, like, not necessarily the styling, but like you know, the rally cars, even like the Evos and your Subaru Imprezas and stuff, your Group A rally cars, something looked off with them. They just looked a bit toyish. There was something that lacked a bit of gritty authenticity with that just felt wrong, and I don't quite know what it was.
Left 3 tightens. Right 4.
Okay, I need to focus again, because I'm driving it like a trailblazer, and I do not have that sort of downforce or power, so I need to think of it like a rally.
Keep right.
So retune the brain.
Crest. 60. Care. Right 2 cut into right 5 cut.
How is that a 5?
60. Left 6 cut. Care into left 4 keep in. Over crest. Immediate right 3.
I think I misheard the pace notes, because that definitely wasn't a 5, so it must have been the corner after it.
Finish.
Anyway, not a great stage. Oh, 8th. Oh, I'm so bad. So bad at rallies and trailblazers. We're miles off it. I'm going to do that again. 121.0, but look at AI. 16.6, 17.2, 17.4, 17.5. Okay, I'm going to remember those results. 116.6 is the winning result. 17.8 is 7th. I had to beat a time of 126 for the objective, and I did a 121. Let's see if I can get closer. We're going to do it again. I need to know if it's even possible, if I nail it. Because that wasn't a perfect stage by any stretch, but I'm such a long way off. Let's go shorter gear ratio. Rally Finland. Do we want to go... I don't think we need to. I don't want to do anything crazy because I don't know what direction to go with these setup changes. Is there presets? No. Alright, let's try again. Let's just try again. Dirt 3 has the best rally car, the Saturn Sky. Excellent, Chris. Yeah, I love the Saturn Sky in this game. It's fun.
80 left 6 over crest.
Another car that I feel nostalgic for childhood when I see, because I just think of this game when I see the Saturn Sky.
Left 3
Right,
into
smooth inputs, come on.
left 3 plus. Into right 5. Keep right over crest. Left 4 long. Keep in over crest. Right 4 into crest. Jump flat. Left 5. Right 5. Don't cut. Left 3 plus. 80. Keep right. Into care. Left 3 tightens.
Don't cut, left 3. There we go.
Left 5. Left 6, keep in. 80, keep right. Left 6, crest. 60, care. Right 2 cut.
Oh,
into
right 2
5
cut, not right 5. Okay, fair. It's going to save us a couple of seconds.
Left 6, cut. Care. Into left 4, keep in. Over crest. Immediate right 3, over narrow bridge. Into left 6, keep in. Over finish.
Okay, look, time 1:18.1 to be fair. So I've been moaning about nothing because clearly I could have done a 17 there if I was a bit more committed. The problem is I need to do the perfect stage and I need to know the stage almost because that's the second attempt I could get down to that time. But to try and win these rallies is so tough. It's so tough. We're 1.1 off the pace. 3 stages though, so let's see if we can go faster on another stage. I don't really follow much about the, like with drifting and stuff, I really don't follow it much, Kevin. So that's cool. Darren McNamara. Not a name I'm aware of. Fresh Cut, welcome along to the stream. Good to see you as always. I think you're right. I tried to be a more accessible Dirt Rally. Yeah, I think it... Yes, exactly. I tried to go back to Dirt 3, but it lost a bit of the fun. And it tried to be a little bit more... It was too serious versus Dirt 3, and it was not serious enough versus Dirt Rally. It sort of found a middle ground that no one really wanted, because it was kind of like a slightly more... Yeah, it was a slightly more entry-level Dirt Rally, wasn't it? It was a baby Dirt Rally. So it just sort of missed both marks. But for the right people, it's a good game. For someone who wanted Dirt Rally but found Dirt Rally too difficult, Dirt 4 was a good game. For someone who wanted Dirt 3, again, and more flamboyance and stuff, Dirt 4 was not flamboyant. And you could create your own custom stages, like basically unique generated stages, which I thought, oh, that's amazing. It stops you from learning all the stages off by heart. That's going to be like transformative compared to Dirt Rally, where I knew every stage. And it just felt so lifeless and soulless when you actually tried the generated stages, because they all looked the same. It was the same assets repeated over and over again. So that was disappointing. Shift was a period of my life where I missed it. I just missed all the Shift games. So I really need to at some point look back at those. Okay, full concentration as you saw in that last attempt. I need to get every single corner spot on to have a chance here.
Right 5, keep in. 60, gear, left 4 into turn left 2, cut. 80. Keep mid over crest, right 4 into left 6. Right 5 into right 3. Left 4. Gear, left 2 cut into right 4. Left 4 opens. Left 6. 40. Right 5 very long over crest, tightens late.
How much does it tighten by? No one's going to tell me.
Flat. Keep left over crest. Right 4. Left
Luckily
3,
not much.
Very long, tightens. 80. Crest mid flat into left 4. Gear, braking on crest. Right 3 on
Braking on crest. That's fine. Not so bad.
Keep left 60. Right 6. 80. Gear, right 6 narrows over finish.
Okay, did all I could in that stage. Only left a second or two on the table, I'd say. And I was first. 122.2. Ooh. Gets us back in the fight. Look how close it is, though. Everyone very, very close. Down to 7th, I would say, or 6th. So where does that put us with one stage to go? Oh, we're second in the rally. Half a second off the win. After all my complaining, we could still win the rally. Yeah, Need for Speed Pro Street. Loved that game. Absolutely loved it. And then, as I say, I went away at that point from the Shift games. I was at uni, I think, when the Shift games were coming out, and I wasn't playing. I didn't have any kind of. I didn't really play many racing games for the first little while, and then I got a job in a sim racing center, and the rest was history. But I did a really hardcore spell of sim racing before I went to uni. When I was in school, I was racing in esports championships on all sorts of different games: R Factor, Game Stock Car, Race 07, iRacing, all of these things. Assetto Corsa, and then I go to uni and I just stop because I don't have a sim rig. So I start playing kind of just for fun on console controller gaming. And somehow Shift sounds perfect for that, but I just missed it. Don't know how. Finish without rolling or spinning for the bonus. Stage 3, the final stage of the rally and the final stage of today's stream. I actually have a chance, Danblo. Can I win a rally today? I don't think I've won a rally today. I don't think I've won a rally or a Trailblazer in... I don't think I've ever won a Trailblazer in this playthrough, and I don't know the last time I won a rally.
Right 4. 150.
I'll give it my all,
Left into
but it's
right
dark,
long,
which never
tightens
helps.
late. Left 4 into right 6. 40 crest, jump flat. Left 4 long, keep in over crest. Right 6, tightens into 4. Left 3. Right 4 cut. 40. Right 4. Left 4 opens into left 5.
Bit of a mistake there, that could cost us the rally. Just not very tidy.
Right into left 6. 80. Gear. Right 2 cut. Right 5 cut. 60. Left 6 cut. 40.
No, it's the first stage again, is it?
Gear into left
Is it the
4,
first stage
over
but dark?
crest. Immediate right 3 over narrow bridge.
It is, I think. Alright, this corner's faster than you think.
Left 5 cut.
I remember
Right
that.
4 tightens. Left 4 opens. Left 4 keep in. Left 3 tightens over finish.
Ah, 5th. We'll try it one more time. Let's go for it. In fact, hang on. Was it not Yuji Taniguchi that was beating me? I've beaten by 1.3 seconds. Did I win? Oh, I've only 4/10 off the stage win. Let's see.
You've been solid all season long. I'm very pleased.
So am I. And make no mistake, you're not racing them anymore, they're racing you.
I forgot how close Axelson and Adams were. So it's P3. 3/10. That one mistake. I said it. Middle sector. Devastated. What can you do? Oh well. You know what? As I've sort of alluded to with this playthrough as we've gone on, this game is very difficult on the hardest difficulty level. Some events are easier than others for sure. Land Rush and stuff is easier. Rallycross and Gymkhana semi easier, I would say as well. Rally and Trailblazer, so difficult. So it just means that when I do eventually win, and I will win a Trailblazer, and I will win some rally events again later on, it's going to be so satisfying, but just not today, apparently. So next time out, we have the Monaco Rallycross, we have DC Speedrun 2, we have a Gymkhana event, Rally Monte Carlo there, and of course our kind of final from Nixon Gold. And then, you can see we're only 20 points away from the Winter X Games, so we will also play our Winter X Games season finale, and then hopefully we will unlock the coveted final season, Season 4, and to take it from there. But it's been great fun as always, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this one. The Superstars events are part of the VIP Pass DLC. Hopefully I have those with my special Ultimate Edition or whatever it is I've got. So hopefully we're able to do those. So that'll be good. I don't know if you mean the Superstar events as in like the X Games and Winter X Games and stuff, or if that's a separate thing altogether. But either way. It's been a blast. Thank you guys for joining me for the 4th part of this Dirt 3 career mode playthrough. Hopefully it's okay to tune in and out of, because at the end of the day, you know, the progression in this game sort of leads you down the same path anyway. You still end up doing the same sorts of event types. You just unlock more interesting liveries, more cars, obviously many more locations and different forms of these events, which is cool. But yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it anyway. And hopefully I'll see you again for the next one. We'll try and really get through this and close in on the final of this career mode. It's been so long, I can't remember what happens, which is always exciting. But it's your company and your chat throughout these streams that makes it so enjoyable for me to play as well. So thank you very much, as always, for interacting and for watching. Really appreciate the support. So many familiar names in the chat, as always. And I just love seeing that, because you guys are clearly enjoying it as well. And your continued support really does mean a lot. And also everyone who's new to the streaming as well, welcome, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you for your support too. I know there are plenty of you that are watching and not commenting live as well, so to the silent majority as well, thank you. We'll see you all later in the week, hopefully another stream, hopefully on Thursday, but more about that to come. No guarantees, but we have some plans in place anyway. And then I'm off to another wedding on Friday, so I won't be streaming on Friday. I'm going to a friend of mine's wedding. And then this weekend is very, very busy, so there should be some traction action at some point over the weekend. But I'm also going to be at Knockhill commentating on actually at the circuit. So I'm going to be at Knockhill Circuit in the commentary booth, commentating on the racing that's happening on the day, which should be very, very cool, very enjoyable. I've done it once before, but I'm flying solo this weekend, so that's going to be a really interesting experience, being up on my own up in the commentary box and providing the circuit commentary. So looking forward to it. But as I say, I'll probably see you on Thursday anyway. So have a great week. Enjoy your racing games. Enjoy your sim racing. Enjoy whatever it is you're up to. And we'll see you again soon. Bye.